pursuit of happiness in 3 minutes. We all have days when we feel like giving up. We all have days when we wonder why we're still alive. We all have nights when we cry ourselves to sleep. But what about the man who has to get up every morning before the sun, take care of his sick son, work all day and still make time to chase his dreams? This is the story of a homeless man who became one of the most successful businessmen in the world. This is the story of Chris Gardner. Growing up, Chris always wanted more for himself. He wanted more than what he had. So when he met a woman named Linda and they had a baby boy, he promised himself that he would do anything to give them a better life. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. Linda soon left him and he was left alone to take care of his son. At first, it was tough. Like many single parents, Chris struggled to find a job and a place to live. He tried everything, but nothing seemed to work out. And just when he thought things couldn't get any worse, he got evicted from his apartment and he and his son became homeless. Chris spent his days trying to find food and money and his nights sleeping on the streets. It was cold, lonely, and miserable. But no matter how bad things got, Chris never gave up. Every morning he woke up with the sun and took care of his son. He read him stories, played with him, and told him that one day they would be happy. One day Chris saw an ad for a job at a prestigious brokerage firm. It was a long shot, but he had nothing to lose. So he put on his best clothes, went to the interview, and got the job. It was a tough job. No one wanted to help him, and he worked long hours for little pay. But Chris didn't care. He was working hard not just for himself, but for his son. Every night when Chris came home, his son would run to him and give him a big hug. In those moments, Chris knew that everything he was going through was worth it. One day, Chris got a call from Linda. She wanted to know if he was still interested in getting back together. For a moment, Chris was tempted, but then he realized that he didn't want to go back. He had come too far to turn back now. With renewed determination, Chris worked harder than ever. He studied the stock market, made investments, and learned from his mistakes. Slowly but surely, he started to build a life for himself and his son. In the end, Chris became one of the most successful businessmen in the world. He became famous, rich, and influential. But through it all, he never forgot where he started. He used his success to help others, and he became a role model for people all over the world. This is the story of Chris Gardner, the homeless man who became one of the most successful businessmen in the world. A true story of rags to riches.